So for me, I wanted to create a video to motivate and inspire individuals like me to overcome and conquer their own limitations. So it took me a minute to get to this point because I had to do a lot of soul searching. Because a lot of times when we go through certain seasons in our lives or we reach a plateau or limitation in life, it's kind of hard to navigate our way through. Because the first thing we start to do is blame, how did I end up here? Well, you are where your decisions led you. It's nobody's fault but your own. Good news is, just how you led yourself there, you can lead yourself further. So this is a system that I created. It benefited me, and it's something that I'm going to have in my book, Promoting Passion to the Fullest, Living Out Loud, Pursuing Your Dreams in Spite of the Limitations, and Conquering. The first step is you must define who you are. So the first step is, who am I? I am Brigitte K. Belizaire. I am an alpha leader. I am a highly qualified sales expert. I am a psych major and a life coach. That's me defining who I am. And by defining who I am, I begin to brand myself and draw to me like spirits or kin spirits, people who are not maybe exactly the same as I am, but maybe pursuing dreams exactly like I am pursuing my dream. Second point, what do you represent? I know a lot of people out there, they're either saying, what do I represent? I'm a single mom, I'm a wife, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. What you represent has nothing to do with what you do. What you represent is like the core of who you are, what you want to stand for. This is something you'll do if nobody's looking. What makes you you? That's what you represent is. So when I say what you represent, it's the purpose of you having an audience. It's what you want to share and what you want to come across as. So when I say what you represent, it's basically saying, this is what connects me to you. Me and you are alike, we struggle alike, but how do we overcome? I represent overcoming by pursuing your passion. Third step is your why. And like I said before in the video, I did some soul searching to figure out what my why was. And in class, I learned how we go through things, and then sometimes we have a delusional moment where we block out bad memories or things that make us human, that make us feel, because we got to keep going because we're afraid to get stuck in that emotion and feel what it felt. I had no idea writing my why would have led me to tears, at the same time liberate me. So I'm on my bed writing what's my why. And my why entailed so much more than I could have ever expect. At first, I was constantly pursuing, when people would be like, what's your why? I always would say, my why is me. Me. I have no kids, I ain't married, I'm me. Basically, my why was me. But when I did some soul searching to really figure out what my why was something that lived before me, and it's something that I hope will live on after me. It was something my dad did. He invested in his kids and those around him, and we became his why. So in spite of his death, his why still lives on. So you want your why to be something that lives on beyond you. It has to be something bigger than you. It has to be greater than you. So whatever that why is for you, be passionate about it and pursue it with everything. Next step after your why is your expectations. I was listening to Tony Robbins, and he said, your why means nothing without clarity. Until you could break that down and make it into a specific and turn that specific into a must, you're not going to take action on it. So this is my why coming into action, this actual video right here. So this was my why. My why is so that all those other people who struggled with either self-esteem, not feeling like you're good enough, being labeled a bad kid, you know, trying to compete with those negative thoughts in your head, see if you could outrun them. And one thing I know is you could never outrun your fears until you turn around and face them, because they will chase you to the grave. Trust and believe. So for me, I said, what was my why? And then, what was my expectations? I expect you to take massive action like I have. I expect you to believe in your passion beyond yourself, even when you criticize you, when you know your flaws, when you know you ain't good enough, because your passion was the passion of Christ. because he died. If you leave it up to him, it's all good. So my why is to get you to take massive action. Not just sit and watch me do this video, but find out what your purpose is and pursue it. Pursue it fervently. Pursue it with all you got. Pursue it like I'm on the stage and I'm going to leave it here. The fifth step, which is follow up. So you don't just want to, how should I say, brand yourself, have an expectation, do all the extra by defining your why, and don't follow up. Because one thing about people, they like to know that they matter. The first thing is they want to know who you are, and after, what that got to do with me. Basically, how does that matter to me? Well, this is how it matters to you. The follow-up is basically acknowledging the person. Everybody wants to know and feel that they are significant. They want to feel like they matter. So after you then presented your why to the world, to the universe, now you want to follow up with a thank you. Hey, I saw you came out. How you doing? What did you like about it? How you feel about it? How does this impact you? What do you see yourself doing with this? This is the follow-up. It's just to create that leverage with the individual, to let them know that they're not in it alone. We can do this together. I overcame, and because I overcame, I'll pass the baton and help you overcome. Last but not least is the sixth step, which is something I would call like what Mickey D's do. Or when you go to any store, they always ask you, how was the sales rep? How was the service? They always want to know your good compliments and your negative critiques. So one thing I learned about critiques over the years is you could either let that critique crush you and destroy you, or you can take what the enemy is trying to destroy you with and become empowered. I always hear people say an unguarded strength is a double weakness. So when somebody notices a weakness about you, instead of being like, oh, they just a hater, let me put on my hater blockers. Be constructive. The best way to block a hater is true success. Success silences all the critics. So this is the follow-up. How can I better serve you? Was there something in my presentation or in the display of what I'm offering you that didn't quite meet what you were expecting or didn't quite do what you wanted it to do? Or are you still looking for more? And how can I service you with what I have to offer? So what I have to offer is passion. I feel like it is the most inexpensive, yet the most highly valued thing in life. The moment you find your passion is the moment you start living. It's the dash in between the day you were born and the day you expire. Many people find their talents, they find their giftings, they find what people say they should do, they find what people think that they're good at, but rarely do you find people that find a passion. So for me, this video is to help you discover your passion and to promote my new book, Igniting Your Passion. And if you've lost your passion or the fire has dwindled out, my book is to rekindle that passion. So you could only do three things with this. You can discover it, you can ignite it, or you can Hi, Brigitte here. Don't forget, if you like what you heard and you're like, Brigitte, I get it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Follow the links to all my social media outlets.
This has been a Passionology One Enterprises production.